Hello and welcome to Honor, Duty, Loyalty, an apparently Matrix run, impromptu done by yours truly. So, you have all gotten the word from your fixers that you had been selected for a run. You applied for it, amusingly enough, not too long ago, less than an hour, believe it or not. And your fixer lets you know, hey, you got picked. Need you to show up in about 45 minutes at Club Penumbra. Ask for John. How are you getting there? What are you wearing? Decker.
Well, he's going to have a bad time of it. Decker is going to get there via Ford Americar, Best Americar, 25 year. He is wearing his... What did he have on? Bam. His Globetrotter jacket.
Mm-hmm.
He will have his pistol with his stick and shock rounds in the customary carry position. I'll probably have to check that. He is driving in from Redmond, I believe, around Touristville area.
All right.
And yeah, he will try and arrive about 15 minutes early because he's going to have some issues trying to ask for Decker.
So, as you're leaving Redmond, please go ahead and give me an edge check.
Decker. Oh, yeah, we are getting started off right.
All right. Pocketbook, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
Pocketbook will be driving her Jackrabbit to the location. She lives in something or other Laurelhurst.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be wearing her brown armor jacket over white shirt and blue pants, with carrying her black backpack and green backpack and green hip satchel. I think that's it.
All right. Are you getting there early, late?
Oh yes, of course. She'll be arriving 20 minutes early so she can scout the place.
All right. Spook, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
I should probably think about this a little more, but I guess just loose clothing over the spook suit, the chameleon suit with rank 4 retaining polymer. I'm getting there via Johnny Cab, coming from the safe house that she's been staying in Snohomish.
All right.
And hoping not to get sniped along the way.
All right. Go ahead and roll me edge.
Okay. Well, it's not a critical glitch.
So, Spook, as you're driving along, you, for whatever reason, have forgotten to increase the polarity of the windows that you're looking out of. Mm-hmm. And as you're stopped, you look to your left and you see a man that's obviously of south of the border descent.
Oh boy. Okay.
And he's got a mohawk that's flopped over to one side. He's on a dirt bike and he looks over at you. And then he looks in AR and then looks back at you.
Oh, the faux hawk of doom.
He gets kind of a grin, and then he winks at you, and then the light turns green and he drives off.
Yeah, I'll give him a look of like, oh god, I didn't expect to see you here. Please don't kill me, and then I'll duck into the back of the Johnny Cab and not lift my head up again until I get to the destination.
Delicious.
Synapse, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
Synapse is going to be getting there via her Suzuki Mirage. She is coming in from North Tacoma. She is going to be wearing her Globetrotter jacket and a bike helmet. And how much time did she have since she found out that she was selected for a job and before the meet? 45 minutes, so that would not be enough time to create and apply a disguise, would it?
Not a good one.
I'm gonna try to get one check.
Okay. So you got limited, how many hits is that?
4 hit disguise.
All right. Okay. And Saul, how are you getting there? What are you wearing?
Okay, so I'm probably going to get there in my car, which is a Journey or something, Chrysler Nissan Journey.
Mhm.
Yep, I'll be wearing just my loose, boring clothes, probably track pants and a pink tank top, and over that I'll be wearing my armored jacket with the concealed holster carrying my holdout pistol.
So you're wearing the Vori special. Gotcha. All right. So you all arrive at about the times that you expected. I believe it was Pocketbook that was 20 minutes early. So you arrive at Club Penumbra. It is the famous Shadowrunner Club, as they like to call themselves, that you would expect. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Vague perception check first to see what I notice.
Sure.
That's just general perception.
Okay. So with 2 hits, you see that there's 2 troll masters out front and a orc walking the line.
God damn it, Pulse.
There's a line about 20 people deep. Various women in states of undress, and then men wearing, their best popped collars. You see a couple guys with trench coats and mirror shades trying to look like they're more important than they actually are. And then you see the VIP line, which has nobody in it, but one of the trolls is standing there with his arms crossed, guarding that line as if his life depended on it. The club itself is about what you would expect. There's flashing lights in both physical and AR. You can feel the thrum of the bass in your chest even at this distance, and you're, across the street. It makes you wonder how much they pay in noise ordinance fees. But otherwise, it looks mostly unremarkable. I mean, there's
Right, so
going into the mechanics of it, there's an obvious pressure sensor, pressure plates on the entrance, obvious cameras, and microphones and IR sensors.
I mean, Pocketbook's fairly familiar to Shadowrun Bar, so she's going to hesitantly walk up to the troll in the VIP line. I was told to ask for John. It was John, wasn't it, Nimpulse?
Yes.
Just double checking that I didn't mess it up already.
The troll looks at AR, and then looks back at you. What's your name?
Pocketbook.
He unfolds his arms and then reaches behind him and unhooks the velvet rope and takes a step to the side. Welcome to Club Penumbra.
Pocketbook will rapidly dash inside and get away from said troll.
Looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow as he hooks the velvet rope back to its thingy. And you're inside Club Penumbra. The press of bodies is real. You feel that you are much too dressed for this occasion because it's probably...
Because I'm wearing clothes.
Yeah, right. There is a press of bodies. It is decidedly moist inside from all the people. They're apparently having a really big rave night, and there's soap suds and bubbles on the dance floor.
Interesting.
As you go in, you are pinged via AR from the club's host that tells you to go on to level 2, room 3.
I will slowly try and weave my way through the crowd.
Okay. And you slowly do so. Decker, I believe you were next at 15 minutes in.
Glorious. So, Decker will park his car, do all the car security stuff, as one would expect, in a secure parking lot next to Club Penumbra. And he is going to take one quick look, basically see the same things that Pocketbook did.
Yep.
He's going to take a selfie, and then he's going to do a matrix perception check looking for that troll's comlink.
All right. Go ahead and give me a perception. Well, you definitely see that troll's comlink.
Awesome. What rating is it?
It is definitely a rating 4 comlink.
Rating 4 comlink. And what is its firewall?
Its firewall is currently 4.
Oh, perfect. All right. We are going to
As you would expect.
we are going
comlink.
to do a hack on the fly. And
Okay.
I am going to attach Decker's selfie to the VIP list so he can just roll in by saying Decker. And what is my hacking versus versus host. All right, don't care.
Congratulations, you have a mark.
All right. Let me do a perception on the device to find the VIP list.
You were able to find the VIP list.
All right, and then I will do the edit file. Well, is that file encrypted?
No, it is not.
Okay. And I will ask the second important question: is it data bombed?
No, it is not.
Oh, fabulous. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and do that edit file action now.
Okay.
Do, do, do.
Would you like to spend edge?
Not yet.
Well, good news is it is a data processing action, so it's not immediately alerted or wants to stab you.
All right.
In all the impotent rage that a comlink can produce.
Well, I mean, we'll be having plenty of impotent rage tonight. Decker's been getting cocky. He'll try again. Oh, that's much better.
You are successfully able to edit the VIP list.
Awesome. And as Decker is wandering up, he'll go ahead and reboot his deck to get rid of all the marks and stuff, and he'll saunter up to the VIP line. He'll look that troll square in the eye, and, while looking rather pleased with himself, he will say, "I believe we have an arrangement."
The guy, troll, kind of looks at you and raises an eyebrow. You got a name?
Decker.
As he looks up in AR for a moment, and then he looks back down at you, and then reaches behind him, unclasps the velvet rope. Welcome to Club Penumbra.
"I would like the number 6 special, please," he says as he saunters by and walks inside the club.
As you enter, you see, or rather, about 2 minutes after you get in and realize the same things that Pocketbook realized with, the press of bodies and the moistness of the air, you have a drink shoved into your hand. It is mostly, fruity looking, but it has the definite air of, something like a Long Island iced tea.
Oh, fantastic. Decker loves pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. We won't drink from it just yet, but we are going to wander through the press. For those who do not know, Decker is obviously a human. However, he has Quasimodo, which means that he walks with a bit of a hunchback, and his left eye is lower than his right by a noticeable margin. And the only bonus he gets on social rolls is intimidation, which is a lot of fun, because that's what he uses the gun for.
All right. So, Decker, because you did not say that you were here for John, you do not get that, indication that you need to go up to the second floor. But you are definitely on the dance floor and in the bottom of the club. Synapse and Soul, you two arrive at roughly the same time.
Yep, I am going to do a rough matrix perception check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly just looking for literally anything with an attack rating.
With an attack rating, you find about 7 icons that have attack ratings.
Fascinating. I am going to...
among the 200 or 300 comlinks that are there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, make myself reminders in AR that, hey, there's these 7 devices with attack ratings. And now for more general perception. Mostly looking for wherever I can see cameras or anything like that.
All right. Well, you see most the same thing that I described to Pocketbook.
Okay, fantastic. Synapse sees the 2 lines. She is going to saunter on up to the troll Yo, sup, chummer. Here to see John, yeah.
The troll looks at you, almost taken aback, because who the hell is this? And as he's going to check the VIP list, you got a name?
Yes, Synapse.
Uh-huh. As he goes back to AR. And at about that time, Saul, what are you doing?
I've just watched Synapse do their thing, like, nervously, because this is my first run. I'm sort of out of place at the moment. So I'm looking around nervously, so a perception roll, just a general one.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm hoping I'm doing this right.
Mhm.
Is that right at all?
Looks about
No?
right to me. So
Okay,
with one hit, you see pretty much what was already described. You see the club itself with the people there, the bass thumping in your chest. You get a slight whiff of soap, but you don't see the pressure plates on the ground.
Okay, well, given that I know that now, I'm just going to go in feeling slightly more secure, knowing that the place is sort of has its own security.
All right.
And I'll talk to the troll.
Okay. So you're walking up just as the troll's looking back at Synapse. Welcome to Club Penumbra, as he takes the hook off of the the thing and takes a step to the side as he looks at Soul.
Yo, thanks, chummer.
Hi, thanks so much. My name's Sol. I'm looking for someone named John.
The troll blinks at you, looks at AR while still having his hand on the rope, as he motions with his other hand for you to come on in as well. Welcome to Club Penumbra.
Thank you so much. And I'll go in trying my best not to touch anything.
Well, a valiant
Good luck with
effort you will have. The effort is truly valiant until you get to the press of bodies and realize there's no way to get in here without touching somebody or something.
Okay, well, if
So,
there's no way to go through without touching stuff, I'm just gonna steel myself, scrunch up my face and just push through, close my eyes, and just hope for the best.
All right. Synapse and Saul, you both get pings that you're supposed to go to the second floor, room 3. And at about this time, Spook, you arrive.
All right. So, I forget. Is Penumbra underworld runner bar? Is it just fancy?
It is a night. Yeah, it's a fancy-ish nightclub that has been, the hearsay, such as it is that it's a place where meet.
Oh no, you're cutting out. It's a place where runners can meet, and
Yep, that's it.
that's it. Okay. So, in that case, I'll just go up to the. I'll follow the same sort of general pattern as everyone else. Taking a look around in, probably just not even taking a look around. Well, okay, I am looking around, but for like snipers and stuff because I'm paranoid right now. And I'm wearing my hood up on a white hoodie. And I'll say, okay, to the answer that I'm here to see you, John. I'm with the John party. Whatever.
As he looks at you over folded arms. You got a name?
I'll rather than say it out loud, I'll make like a little arrow that I'll send to him privately.
He looks at the ARO, then looks at you, raises an eyebrow. He goes into AR, looks back at you, and unhooks the clasp on the velvet rope. Welcome to Club Penumbra.
Thanks. And I go in.
All right.
And disappear into the crowd. Who's going to be pissed? What?
That other line, it's got to be pissed right now because there's 5 people roll in.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we're all there for the same person.
They're all visibly upset, and you see one of the guys. Yeah, I'm here for John too.
I'll hold up my middle finger at him.
Yeah, my name's John. So you get the same message as everybody but Decker. Floor 2, room 3. So everybody but Decker, are you all heading up to that spot?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Decker,
make.
give me a visual perception at a -4.
Visual perception, -4. Fun fact, I don't actually have a perception skill. I go through electronic warfare for sensors. So I think what I'm going to need to do is a matrix perception roll looking for devices attached to John, or son of John. Johnson, for short.
Okay.
Is there any bonus or penalty to that?
You are going to be in a noise 4 area for that.
Oh, okay. Then...
As many people, it's definitely...
Alright. My data jack negates 1 noise, so that will do... I got a success! Hooray!
So, fun fact, you find an ARO named Johnson.
Ooh!
It is on the second floor in room 3.
I am going to take my lovely drink, and I'm going to head that direction.
Have you taken a sip of it?
Not yet. He is unsure why he received it. His drug
What was
skill...
the number 6 special?
Number 6 special.
Nobody told him it was a number 6 special. They just gave it to him. He's like, oh, hey, free drink. Well, no, he's like, oh, hey, Decker. But he's thinking, oh, hey, free drink. And we will get to that later, because that drug skill is going to come in handy in a minute, I think.
All right. So you all go up to the second floor. And as you're arriving, everybody go ahead and give me visual perception tests.
Are there trolls around?
Up here, yes, there is one. He is standing in the corner looking like he's the security for the area.
Good old defaulted intuition.
Hold up, sorry. Rolling. Again?
All right. So, Pocketbook, you are the only one that sees this. But in one of the doors, you actually see a human female, kind of short. She's got stockings, like knee-high stockings that have turquoise pinstripes on them. She has a little pink dress. Well, dress is a bad way to say it. Skirt, more like. A pink skirt and a hoodie on. And she's got a bandana around her neck with it up to her nose. Looks a whole lot like Synapse's picture, actually.
What a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. And then as you're all arriving, she steps into the room and the door closes.
Decker says, as he takes a seat.
So you all are walking into room 3. The door is open. There is a round table. There's, not much here. The seats are stylish. The table is stylish and white. The noise is much lower than the surrounding area once the door closes. Like, everything's muffled. There is a man sitting behind the table. He's got his hands folded, and he looks like he's wearing a suit of sorts. It is blue with beige plaid kind of stuff on it. He's got a vest with a red tie and a white shirt. His hair is flopped over to the left, and the area on the right side of his head is shaved. You can tell that he has no top teeth on his upper jaw, as he smiles with a gummy grin.
My God, he looks like Emmanuel Jean-Baptiste Zorg. I mean, Decker.
We'll look at each other. Go ahead and describe how your character actually looks with the aptly named Decker.
All right. As I said before, Decker is a human. He's the only dude in this team, which is kind of weird. He's wearing an Ares Globetrotter jacket. He is somewhat short, probably about 5'5", 5'6", probably because he's hunched over. He's got a bit of the hunchback going around the collarbone area, right around the trapezoids. His left eye is noticeably lower than his right. Fortunately, he seems to be able to speak all right, except you are only ever going to hear 3 things from him, and I have already said them. So now nobody can be surprised, but everybody will be surprised.
All right. Pocketbook.
I posted what Pocketbook looked like, but I'll just recap it again. She's wearing a brown jacket over an off-white shirt and blue pants, and carrying a green backpack and hip pouch. She's a very short dwarf, like sub-meter high dwarf. She's pretty grumpy, as always. There's a little black Kenmushi that wanders around now and then that you'll notice if you look hard enough. And that's about it.
All right. Spook.
Spook is a diminutive human female. Is wearing baggy clothes right now. White hoodie, white skirt, and probably black stockings. And the hoodie is up and covering her face, or well, most of her hair. There's black hair coming down, but there's evidence that it has been dyed and that the dye is wearing off because she hasn't been able to treat it in about a week or 2. And
poor Spook.
yeah, so she's
She looks a lot like her wanted poster without technology.
that's gone. The wanted, it's there's no wanted poster.
Yep, there's no more
It's-
wanted poster.
There's that doesn't mean it's over, but
Right.
okay.
Synapse.
Okay, Synapse is a 1.90 tall elf. She is, she's got a pretty athletic build, actually, especially for one of her certain specialty. She has several piercings in her ears and several facial piercings as well. Her hair is red. It's an undercut on the left side. It's frosted blue towards the tip. And she's currently wearing a Globetrotter jacket and got a bike helmet under her arm, and she has a backpack on her back. Go figure.
Okay. Saul.
Okay, so Sol is a petite elf. She's quite small, almost schoolgirl-like. She holds herself in a very meek manner, like she's quite shy, holding herself as if she's trying to hide away from everyone around her. Her hair is long and sort of a bright purpley colour that she keeps in a ponytail most of the time. And she's wearing a pink tank top under her armoured coat, which is like a grey-black colour, and baggy track pants with no special details whatsoever, just track pants.
What role is that?
Matrix
Impulse?
perception.
Perception?
Oh, I should detect that mark.
Computer plus intuition generally.
Uh-oh, we dropped the call. Give us a moment as we try to not suck.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome.
Okay, so I think we got everybody.
Alright, Twitch people, yell at me if you cannot hear the Skype call, and I will sort that out.
So everybody but Decker realizes that they all have 3 marks on them. These 3 marks are turquoise swirled with pink and black. In a very, spray painted type.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but would you quickly remind me what a mark does? I remember reading it, but there's so much to remember.
It's all right. So a mark is generally a level of access. They are numbered 1 through 4. 1 being basic user level access, 2 being elevated, 3 being admin, and 3 being super user, and then 4 being like your administrator, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yep. So somebody has, when we say placed marks, that means that somebody has convinced your device to give them that level of access. In game terms, we say 1, 2, 3 marks because it's easier than saying somebody has da-da-da. And they're called marks because of fluffy reasons that I won't get into. But anyways, yes.
I got it. Thank you very much.
So yeah.
Will switch her deck to massive defense as much as you can, essentially.
Okay.
Max firewall.
All right.
Synapse is going to set her agent on a cycle of matrix perception.
Mhm.
Just constant matrix perception, and she is going to max her data processing and firewall.
Okay.
Firewall at 7, data processing at 6. At 5.
Okay.
Do we have some way of detecting whose marks they are?
Yes and no. You just looking at them gives you the information that I gave you. You cannot backtrace the marks, though.
Okay.
For this one
Right.
specifically, you're not going to be able to backtrace them just by looking at the mark.
Okay. Can I? Oh, do I see anything in the matrix that seems like it has a similar motif to these marks? Because people like to, especially deckers, like to have ones that sort of match their avatars.
With your 6 hits, let me actually, because that's high enough to. Yes, actually, you see an icon running silent, and it is a black background with a lowercase I and an uppercase FT, and turquoise bordered in pink.
Damn it, I knew it.
Oh, of course. All right, I'm gonna send her a message. Say, "Oh, hi, it's you again."
You get a response that says, "Shh, I'm hiding."
Okay. And that's all.
Okay. So you all get to look at the Johnson, who smiles with that gummy smile where you see his lower teeth but none of the upper ones because the upper teeth are not there. And he motions for you all to have a seat in a very flamboyant gesture as he snakes his entire spine as he does it.
I do so quickly, just to sit down as quickly as possible to get out of, standing in the doorway. And I smile back. I smile back as charmingly as I possibly can while trying to hide how nervous I am.
Okay.
Pocketbook will viciously glare at the Johnson whilst he hops up and sits on the chair.
Synapse is going to plop down on the chair unceremoniously and going to brush her hair back.
Go ahead, Spook.
Oh.
You know you want to.
Okay, Spook will sit down.
And Decker, last but not least, will match the flamboyant gesture with a toasting motion with his number 6 special, and he'll slide into the last seat.
As I actually look at the rolls, was that a taste perception?
Yes.
So this is decidedly a lemony Long Island iced tea.
Oh god, it's a lemon bomb. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They did They didn't skimp on the alcohol either.
Oh man, I love this place. All right.
While everyone's sitting down, as soon as everyone's sat down, I'll just quickly look around and give a cheeky smile and say hi, wave, and then go back to staring at the Johnson, trying to charm him silently.
As you wave, the Johnson does a circular motion with his right hand and bangs his elbow down on the table and does a kind of a, fist in the cheek kind of look at you. And I produce this he makes because I have teeth. Oh, hello.
Well, when he slammed his elbow down, Sol definitely screamed. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But she quickly composes herself and just says, hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you. As he looks at everybody in turn with a vigorous smile, and he goes from each twitching his head.
Decker.
Yo.
Spoogle do sort of a general face palm as he looks at her. That's her reaction to all of this.
I would believe a facepalm is pretty specifically defined.
Well, there's are you rubbing your eyeballs? Are you pinching the bridge of your nose? Are you putting your whole hand over your face? Are you putting it on your forehead? There's different, anyway.
Different levels of face palm.
There are nuances that I'm missing here, I'm sure, with my one success for taste perception.
Yes. So as he looks at all of you, the job, as he kind of, flutters his hands this way and that, is simply just to wipe the archives of a host. You see somebody caught whiff of something and they put together a report, and this host archives its reports daily, and this happened yesterday, you see. It's all just a terrible bit of business, but that's why I hire all of you. As he makes a grandiose gesture to the lot of you.
Decker.
Okay.
Well, what kind of host are we
This is a
talking
deep
here, mate?
run.
Oh, small little host. As he will give you the matrix address of it.
You're so full of shit.
What are you talking about?
Derp. Yep.
As everybody has a look at it.
I love my dice. They're great.
All right. So the host is a rating 4 host.
Well, that's not so bad.
Firewall 7, data processing 6, attack 5, and sleeves 4.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and Synapse also has retractable antennae on the side of her head.
As everybody goes boop 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 boop.
We're not being any hitchhikers, are we?
Decker.
So, what do you all think this is going to be worth to you? As he puts his hands together in a very close to his chest type motion.
Deep run on a host like this. You want us to wipe the whole archives? You want us to leave the host intact?
I mean, I'd prefer it, because if you destroy the entire host, people would start asking questions as opposed to just a loss of memory.
Okay.
Why throw the baby out with the bathwater?
Just, can I go out of character for a second? Mechanically, are we going to have to do multiple checks in order to delete a lot of files? Or is there going to be...
Mechanically, there's a few ways to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
The doing a bunch of checks to erase a bunch of files is one way to do it. You are correct. There are other ways to do it, depending on the host architecture and whatnot.
Right. I'm just worried about because destroying the host is like 1 check. So.
Well, it's a series of checks equal to its rating, but yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, yeah.
I know
in
this
that
for a
case-
fact because my first deep run involved that.
Okay, no, you're right. I'm only familiar with some of the deep run rules because only some of them have come up.
Right.
Okay. Oh boy, this is Soul's first run. Oh my god.
It's okay. Decker's here. Everybody will be fine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I
We're all
mean,
dead.
I'm
That's
going to
what
be
the owl
so
said.
useful.
oh, you have no idea.
You'd be surprised. Ribbon is very
You
useful
would-
in a foundation. She has no matrix capabilities.
I think at this point, as everybody's kind of staring blankly at, wait, we get to name our prize, Decker is going to open up an arrow, type in 100,000 after counting the number of people here, and then flicking that into the middle of the table for everybody to see.
Spook will try and
my
jump on it
eyes.
and grab it and be like, no, that's too low.
It's like,
I
I'm
was
just looking at
the
this.
same thing.
I'm just looking at this value and thinking that's a lot of money, even if everybody else doesn't think so. So I'm shocked.
I would like the number 6 special, please. And he takes a sip.
Decker only have
Ribbon will add
oh my god.
place the first
Give
0
yourself
with
a
a
card.
5 there, so it's 150,000.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that. That's more acceptable to me.
Oh, that is expensive.
hmm
Decker.
So you asked us to do an expensive task.
Oh, it's not so expensive. I mean, if I were so rash, I could just hire a couple people to set fire to the building then. Flips his hands around as he speaks. But let's talk serious now. That first number was very, very good. And one that I agree with tremendously. So, with everybody in turn.
125.
Sol raises her hand like
Yes.
she's at school.
Okay.
As he snaps his head to Soul and says, yes.
I would be happy with whatever. So just that low number. I'm cool with that.
Chumma! Chumma! What the fuck are you doing?
So, 100,000 it is. As he gives you all a...
All right.
And he stands up, gives a very flourishing bow. And this is a complicated crit stick. One to the other. Beep boop bop. Puts the crit stick on the table. Flourishes his comlink back into his coat. And reaches for Saul's hand and picks it up and gives it a tiny peck and sets it back down. I believe I expect to hear good news tomorrow. And he waltzes out of the room.
Don't worry.
By the
he's
way,
dead.
that response was entirely in character.
As he leaves the room and the door closes, I'm just going to go, what was that?
So
I have-
for future reference, let the face do the talking. I know we don't have one here, but if you never mind.
And for future reference, Chumma, do not
Never accept the first offer.
whatever. Okay?
Let's okay, does everyone have a street dog friend or someone similar who can revive them if they are going comatose?
Nope.
Get one. Now.
Well,
Or not. Whatever. God. This is going to be a disaster. Has any of you ever been on a deep run before?
no,
Out of
this guy.
character?
No.
Yes. In character? No.
This is all in character. Okay.
Oh,
Nah.
it's in character. I'm
No.
sorry.
Nope.
Decker will just simply look at Spook and Decker. Decker.
I know some of the theories behind it, that is all.
That's better than nothing.
Well,
So
I haven't even been on a run where I've had to be a decker, so good luck, everybody, because you know what? If everyone's really mad at me about the money,
no,
I'd
no,
be
no,
happy
no,
to give
no,
up
no, no,
part of
no,
my
no, no.
share.
Decker.
Don't say that.
Decker.
You're
Synapse
part of the team just like everyone else.
is now face palming and rubbing the bridge of her nose.
Decker is leaning back in his chair. I believe we have an arrangement.
So
Is that
yeah,
all you say?
Decker.
Sol is just blushing so hard right now and feels so embarrassed.
I'm gonna send a private message to Shift. Why? Why these ones?
Ghost, damn it.
You get the image of a chibi anime character holding a little chibi hand over its mouth and giggling profusely.
Yeah,
I need some
that's-
fucking Nova.
that's-
I need some fucking Nova.
You need anything but Nova right now.
Pretty much what I was
Take
going to
take
expect.
Psyche. Take Zen. Those are your work drugs right now. Okay, so briefing. Deep runs are not like any other type of run that you've ever been on, unless you've ever been to the metaplanes, which I doubt any of you have. So this is what you need to do. When you get inside, okay, so first we have to get into the host and find the portal to the Foundation. We have to all get marks on it and get in there without setting off the ice. It's not the biggest host in the world, so that part should not be a problem. The part that might be a problem is once we get in there, there is a paradigm. The paradigm is hard to explain.
Okay. You got like a data dump or anything like that? If you can't explain it.
I mean, I'll forward any files that I have on that subject. I have a knowledge skill. Actually, Jim, if you would like to do the exposition for this, I can do the role and let you tell us about it.
So, deep runs in Arcot and Foundations are very specifically the Matrix, as in the movie. You are in a world where your Deckery skill, all the things that you do, translates one-to-one into quote-unquote real-world things. The paradigm is just simply what the world revolves around. Let's say you're in ancient China, you better act like an ancient Chinaman. If you're in Native American old-timies, well, you need to whoop your hand and hunt some buffalo. I know that's a terrible stereotype, I'm just using it as an example. And so the way you act has a very specific impact on the world at large. If you act out of character or out of the norm or do things that would, otherwise not be what someone there should do, you cause what is called a variance. Variances come in two forms, minor and major. Minor variances are just little slip-ups, like, using proper grammar in ye olde medieval times. But a major variance is something like using a gun in, swords and sorcery. You use that gun, the world changes and moves to remove the diversions. Everything turns into your enemy, from every blade of grass to every stone on the street turns against you. Additionally, there are multiple nodes within Foundations which you can use to control or change the paradigm as you need. There is the Master Control Node, Scaffolding Control Node, Portal Node, Slave Control Node, Security Control Node, Archive Node, the important one that you guys are after, and the Null Node. These all have mostly it does what it says on the tin, like Portal Node is the way in and out. Scaffolding Control, changes the way everything looks. Master Control is exactly what you think it is. Security Control is the defenses. slave control is the thing that controls the security control for some odd reason. The archive is exactly what it says, and the null node is a thing that no one's quite sure what it does. So with that expository data dump, does anybody have any questions?
Rip.
No, I'm good.
And I'm sure I'm sure at least 3 people's eyes have glazed over.
Yeah.
I
don't know
am
me.
familiar enough with this out of character. So
So I'll add a few more things especially for newbies that I wish I had known going into my first DPN. So one thing is when the world does become varianced, everything tries to kill the variance. So that includes you. If you don't go after and try to kill the person who, or at least look like you're trying to kill the person who caused the variance, then you will also cause a variance yourself, and then you'll also become targeted, and it can cause a chain reaction on an entire team, which can get them all killed. So acting comes in handy there, but you won't be acting using your acting skill, you'll be acting using your programming skill, which out of character I believe is software. If I recall correctly.
Yes.
Software is social skills, yeah. I believe that helps, or at least it was ruled that it helped in the deep runs that I've been on. I don't know if you'll also rule that false. But if you're acting like you're trying to kill someone, then that's good enough for the host.
Thanks for letting me know then.
When someone is varianced, there's basically 2 solutions to not die. One of them is to find the portal node and get out. The other one is to
destroy the host.
I guess that's also an option, but I was going to say that it's to find the master control node and use an action called Calming the Beast, which, depending how it manifests, you might have a billion different ways of actually performing that action. But that will cause it to forget one person. It's sort of like rebooting or clearing your Overwatch score.
1 person per net hit.
1 person per net hit, yeah, that's right.
So basically, to summarize, don't cause a variance.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the simple
Ideally,
answer.
ideally,
For the love
but,
of God, don't cause a variance.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
this is
can
gonna be
sometimes be
great.
hard to
Decker is
know
going to
exactly what the
die.
rules are.
This will be my greatest feat
Decker
yet.
Deckers can use all of the words that he knows
Decker
in the
can.
Foundation run. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're lucky,
All of
the
them.
paradigm will be something where they're applicable. Spook is also suspicious that Decker might have suffered some brain damage as a result of going into a Foundation before, as has she. So,
It's not like he knows. He wouldn't be able to tell you.
yeah. He doesn't seem to be able to send those messages either. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, I hope I haven't put everyone to sleep.
No, I just had coffee. I'm fine.
Guess we're gonna need to not die.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Sounds good. I'm ready. I'm good to go.
There's one more thing. The way that we figure out what the nodes even are, because it's very abstract. It can be, like in one Foundation, it was a treasure map that was indicating a bunch of different things, but those things in the actual world were the nodes. In another one, it was the bloodlines. It was a prophecy about some of the figures in the world, and those figures were themselves the nodes. So the data trails are something that are very useful to find out. The information flows along them will tend to be carried along them just by being in the world and interacting with it. So if you can try and figure out what the forces are that control the setting that we're in, those can help us find the other nodes and figure out what they are.
Okay. Got it. I'll try and remember.
So preparations before going in. Set your deck up however you want to have it when you're in there. Your deck's attributes will just determine your physical scores in the world. I believe there's a mapping of attack becomes your strength, sleaze becomes your agility or reaction. I always get those two
Sleaze
mixed up.
becomes your agility, your data processing becomes your reaction, and your firewall becomes your body.
Yeah. And you can't do any kind of matrix actions once you're in there. You won't get your hot sim bonus. You don't get any bonuses from anything except programs that add directly to those attributes. But you do still have drugs, mental drugs will still have effects. So if you have Psyche, you can take that. If you have Zen, you can take that. If you have Nova Cloak, go ahead. If you want to take Seraprax, go ahead. I think that's all I've got. Time passes, I believe, at the same rate that it does in the real world.
Incorrect. Time
Okay.
passes at a extremely abstract rate.
Okay.
Oh, but abstract's
It's-
dead, so it should be pretty standard now.
It's much like resonance
Okay.
in that. You can spend a year in a resonance realm and wake up 2 seconds later, or you can be there for 5 minutes and wake up tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Oh, one other thing. If your deck is really shitty, then you may want to hitchhike on someone else's who has a better deck, and then you'll have the same physical attributes as them, and you'll also be able to communicate telepathically, which is really nice. Because normally you have to communicate using whatever the paradigm dictates. So if it's a pirate paradigm, then you have to commute in kind of in piratey talk.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll cause a minor variance probably, but still. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yep, that's your crash course on Foundation runs.
I am
Well, I'm glad I had it. Otherwise, I'd be lost.
one of the best things about Foundations, or one of the only saving graces, is you do not accrue Overwatch score.
No, you instead accrue variance, which does add up. And even when variance is rolled, you don't necessarily cause one right away. It has a threshold of 4 on the test. It only rolls the number of dice equal to host rating times 2, I believe. So there's a good chance
Host
that
rating
you won't
for minor,
actually.
and then host rating times 2 for major.
Okay, so yeah, then since it's a rating 4 host out of character, it's actually pretty unlikely that will cause an actual variance to converge on you with just a minor variance, but it also adds up, and once you get up to 40 total hits by the host, then it will trigger a variance no matter even if you didn't. And it also, as time passes, it will accrue as well, just like Overwatch score. So once it gets to 40, then the variance starts no matter what.
Okay.
And you really want to get out. Also, if you have, this is not. We'll talk about it when we get there. Can I just say I gave them the Anchor crash course?
Yes.
And then talk about it when we get to it, because this is too much information at once.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
So,
yeah, the portal node is the first one we want to find, ideally, if we can.
so with that said, it has been an hour. So let's go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break and digest that information dump that just happened.
Yes, more coffee.
Decide how you want to arrange your deck attributes when you're going in.
Yeah, I am
Two
going
things to remember. One, you
Do
are going to
programs
have to
work?
arrange your decks as you want, or as you want to have them. And 2, you are still in the meeting room in Club Penumbra. So if you want to do a deep run from here, I'm not going to stop you. Just understand where you are.
Mhm.
So with that said, go ahead and grab a drink, grab a smoke, do what you need to do, and be back at 50.
Okie dokie.
Pulse, quick question.
Okay.
Yeah.